Hello, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with John Kay and Sally Nugent.
Hello there, good morning. Our headlines today: sensation at the Oscars as Best Actor winner Will Smith lashes out on stage.
Uh-oh, Richard! Oh, wow!
He hit Chris Rock after the comedian made a joke about the actor's wife and then goes on to make a tearful apology.
Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you.
The incident overshadows some of the night's other major achievements, including Kenneth Branagh's first Oscar and the Best Picture award for Coda. We will have live reaction from Hollywood.
Other news this morning: a new round of peace talks on Ukraine. As the fighting continues, President Zelensky says he's prepared to discuss neutrality as part of a peace deal.
New targets to drive up standards in English and maths for primary and secondary schools in England.
Good morning in sport. Escaping with victory in Saudi Arabia, Max Verstappen wins in Jeddah after questions over staging the race following Friday's missile strike close to the circuit.
And after some warmth through the weekend and temperatures into the low 20s, how does this grab you for Thursday with a sub-zero wind chill? A big weather change on the way, and I'll have all the details right here on Breakfast.
Good morning. It's Monday the 28th of March and we start this morning with an extraordinary moment at the Oscars ceremony. It happened just a couple of hours ago when the actor Will Smith marched up onto the stage and hit the comedian Chris Rock for making a joke about his wife's hair loss.
Chris Rock was presenting an award when he made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, who has alopecia. Will Smith later went on to win Best Actor award for his role in King Richard. Now, with all the details of an eventful night in Hollywood, here's our media and arts correspondent David Sillito.
After last year's rather muted pandemic Oscars, which was held in a railway station, this was a full-on return to old-school red carpet Hollywood.
The 94th Academy Award.
This was the Oscars determined to be cheerful, uplifting,
West Side Story.
and inspirational, with Ariana DeBose's Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for her role in West Side Story, and Troy Kotsur, the father in Coda, a funny and moving film about growing up in a deaf family. All was going to script, and then everything changed. Chris Rock made this joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's hair loss.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Her husband, Will Smith, suddenly took to the stage.
Uh-oh, Richard! Oh, wow! Wow! Will Smith...
The mics were cut, but the bewilderment and fury were more than clear.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
A few minutes later, Will Smith was back on stage to receive his first Oscar for his role as Richard Williams, the father of Venus and Serena Williams, and a long, tearful speech about being protective of his family and what had just happened.
Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light.
All around, people were trying to process what they'd just seen. The photos capture the full force of the blow.
Are you excited to announce Best Picture?
Oh, yeah.
And the Oscar goes to...
Okay, Coda.
Meanwhile, the show continued, and the finale The Best Picture Oscar went to that small-budget film Coda, all about growing up in a deaf family, a story about inclusion and following your dreams. The Oscar voters rewarding a film that is funny, heartfelt, uplifting. But it's probably not what people will remember from the night. David Sillito, BBC News.
Yeah, it's fair to say that's probably true, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And David joins us now. Now, this would be a really shocking moment for any actor, for any award ceremony, but Will Smith at the Oscars, it's you wouldn't have ever imagined it, would you?
Will Smith, he's the funny guy, he's the nice guy, he's the charming guy. If you meet him, you could throw, you think, anything at him, and he would deal with it. He is in total control. He's an impressive person to meet. This was something that everyone around him was utterly bewildered by. A lot of them who were sitting nearby hadn't quite heard the joke. They thought this was part of the show. They thought it was a skit. They thought there was some prepared joke. And you could tell it took a while before it sank in.
Even he's laughing.
He's laughing at the joke initially, isn't he? And then
his wife isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there is this moment of people beginning to understand what they have just witnessed, which is one man assaulting another on live TV in the middle of the Oscars. And then Denzel Washington goes up to Will Smith afterwards and tries to console him, and you see all this going on around him at the time, because everybody in there knows what is going to happen next, because Will Smith is going to win the Oscar. Everyone knew he was going to win the Oscar. And he is going to go up and have to make a speech. And we've only shown you a small part of that speech, but it was a very long, very emotional speech. The tears were pouring. He was talking about himself being protective of his family, being a vessel of love, and essentially trying to justify what he'd just done. The apology was to the Academy. It was to also his fellow nominees, not to Chris Rock, though. And at the end of it, what do you make of what you've just seen on live TV? The Academy has made just a one-line statement saying, "We do not condone violence," and then went on to congratulate the other winners of the evening. One statement from Jaden Smith, Will's son, saying, "And that's how we do it." So definitely a division of views about what they just witnessed.
David, thank you for now. I know you're going to come back and talk to us again later on in the programme. Much more to discuss. Well, our Los Angeles correspondent Sophie Long is outside one of the major Oscars parties in Beverly Hills for us this morning. Now, Sophie, how have people been reacting to what happened?
Well, it is a very rowdy carpet here at the Vanity Fair party, more rowdy than usual, actually. We've just missed Venus Williams going in behind me. She was standing there chatting for a while to the man who played her coach in the film, of course, that Will Smith won his Oscar for. But there is one thing that people are talking about here tonight, and that is the incident that happened before he went up to collect his Oscar, when Chris Rock made that joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Will Smith did not react well. When it was happening, I have to say that everyone here, glued to the Oscars, obviously, just their jaws dropped. No one could work out what had actually happened, and for a time people thought that maybe this was a publicity stunt and part of the show. It turned out, of course, that it was not. I'd say the reaction here from many people is disbelief, but some people are being more sympathetic. I spoke to Minnie Driver on her way into the Vanity Fair party, and she made the point that being an actor is an emotional journey, and hey, this is Hollywood, and emotions run very high. This is what she had to say.
I think that's just some very personal feelings running high, and this is Hollywood. Actors deal in the currency of emotion, like runs high sometimes. You know, I mean, I hope they make up.
Well, so yes, that was Minnie Driver on her way in. We've seen our first Oscar a few moments ago. Riz Ahmed made his way in, clutching that Oscar. He won his short film, The Long Goodbyes, filmed on the streets of Leatherhead, a long way from the red carpet here in Beverly Hills. Also, on her way in, we spoke to Rebel Wilson, and she, of course, no stranger to hosting an award show. I asked her what she thought of what happened at the Oscars tonight.
I mean, it was it was kind of hard to watch, I guess, because it's probably the best night of his life in a way, and then also might have some repercussions. So I guess it's tricky to see what's going to happen.
Well, this is the party where the Oscar winners come, so we're hoping at some point we might get to see the stars of Coda. This, of course, has been a wonderful evening for them. They won Best Picture, beating the favourite, The Power of the Dog, and Troy Kotsur, of course, making history tonight, becoming the first deaf man to win an Oscar for his Best Supporting Role as Ruby's father in that film. So hopefully we'll see some Oscar winners here on the carpet, so do join us for more in a little while. For now, though, back to you.
Sophie, thank you very much indeed. Sophie Long there at the Vanity Fair party in LA. Be interesting to see. I mean, can Will Smith turn up?
Who knows?
Can Chris
We'll
Rock
know.
turn up?
Yeah, we'll know in the next couple of hours. Where might they be? I wonder if they're going to talk to each other.
I don't know. We'll cover it here. It's 11 minutes past 7.
Now,